¿Qué hace, loco? Bueno, seguimos, ¿eh? Nada, tenemos que venir acá, acá arriba. Así que vamos. Voy a tratar de evitar la pelea. Ahora sí que no sé, ¿eh? ¿Cuánto falta para el final? Te juro que pensé que ya estábamos.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before
A
things
darle,
get
loco.
messy.
Son 4, ¿no? Nivel 33, somos 36.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms, and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
That's like you. I've got plenty to go
Shut
around.
them down!
Pierce evil. Anything is Hope this works.
This one's all mine! Not today!
You require a hand.
Here I come! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Now. Astral energy.
Say no more! Shot!
Well done.
Win!
Back into the
Shut up! You're mine! You're finished!
I'll smash you!
Lunar corruption. Get ready.
Destruction!
Can't be like that. Now. Far enough.
Here I come!
Can't be
Destruction!
Do it.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Vamos.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Les construí un par de armas mejores. No las mejores porque no tengo los objetos. O no. Seguramente los conseguiremos más adelante.
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out, like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to... All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all. Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure filled with memories.
Onward and upward.
Bueno, a ver. Nada por acá, ¿no?
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
Hay búho, ¿no? Por acá.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelagian?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
A ver. Uy, qué lindo, loco. Bueno, vamos a hacer la que hacemos siempre, ¿no? Ir barriendo un poquito. Estos monos encima.
Gotta break through. Ignite!
Corruption! Gale force!
Destruction!
No
further!
Make it rain! I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Jodeme.
You sure showed
Qué
them!
lindo, loco. Instant kill.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
A ver. Ya que puedo pasar sin pelear.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like...
Solo vino, Me siguió hasta morir.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Now I can let loose.
Hurricane flight!
Stardust!
Where are you going?
Take this!
Illuminate now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
The heavens must be smiling.
Gotta break through!
Let me help.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Save you.
The flame inside me yearns
This
to
will
be
be
let
fun.
free!
Here's the
You picked the wrong fight!
in the wind. I'll be saving this one. Go ahead.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I owe you one! Take this! We turned the tables on him!
There are still more left.
Right! No time to
We
overthink!
don't have firearms here on Dana.
I can show you mine if you like.
That would be really awesome, Shion.
Do it. Switch.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Water.
Not
Hear
yet.
that call.
No escape! Stardust! Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Espero que valga la pena lo que haya allá,
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Ignite!
Lightning condemned. Reload. Thunder blade. Illumination. On guard.
Take this. Make it rain.
Holy
Take
light.
this! You're finished!
Flying freaks. What can they do?
Looking fearsome, Linwell.
You must be rubbing off on
No
me.
sooner said than done.
Let's kick some ass, kid.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Sever
They're all
the
coming
wind!
after me.
Make it rain.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. We won that by a mile.
I see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zubul cages.
definitely looks like this is where the remnants of Volron's forces hold themselves up.
Le puedo entregar los materiales.
Well, I
Ah,
had a place
era
like
obvio.
this all along.
Le puedo entregar los materiales al loco que hace comida.
Right here. I got you.
Eliminate the
Not today!
Holy glitter.
Take this!
Hurricane flight.
Sever the wind!
This one's far enough. Burning.
Do it.
You're spicier than you look.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic.
Make it rain.
That's fair.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Enterizo de zafiro.
We're in good
Bien. Hamburguesa, vamos.
Right, here goes!
I never miss.
Take this!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Lightning orb.
Save you.
Annihilation.
Get behind me!
One's all mine!
Hurricane.
Ah! You picked the wrong fight! No escape!
Do it.
Totally! In an instant! Impact clock!
We won that by a mile.
Ah, qué bueno. Igual no pasa siempre, como que el ataque mismo es... Parece que todos los ataques especiales tienen daño de área. Tienen que estar muy juntos todos los enemigos. Si no, no pasa nada. Con un señuelo para la pesca. Y vamos, pasar de esto, la verdad. Pero... hay algo ahí atrás de esa piedra.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Here I come! It's over! You're mine! Prepare to be sealed! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Get it!
Yeah!
You're mine!
Nice technique!
Stardust!
Hurricane, make it rain!
Holy land.
Didn't even.
Aumenta los atributos cada vez que derrota a un enemigo. Lo recorrí todo, ¿no? Sí. Vamos.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegus?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renis Alma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
No, Halim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegus may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral. Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegus along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The red woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelagian.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the two of them have in common is that they're both Renins.
Okay, you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Está bueno, el dibujo. Igual el agua se mueve, ¿no? ¿Se ve en el video? Sí se ve. Nos sigamos. Se supone un viaje rápido, ¿no? Sí. A ver, ¿qué tenemos? Viene solito,
Hi, Hoodle.
You're mine!
Hurricane
Destruction!
tengo mucha
Destruction!
curiosidad por ese búho que me queda, loco.
In an instant! Impact clock!
Me queda un búho. Por lo menos para el trofeo. Yo igual nunca no soy de completar trofeos, Tengo un par de trofeos platino.
Not in your dreams.
Do it! You see what I got? In an instant! Impact clock!
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
An opponent like this should be easy. Burn in hell!
This one's mine. Eruption! Lunar blast! Gale force! I
Destruction!
never miss!
Destruction!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Qué raro, está haciendo más daño. ¿Tendré puesto
We're
algo?
stronger together than we are apart.
Tenía 5000 acumulado de daño y subió a 20. ¿Tendré puesto algo que le empezó a dar tanta fuerza?
Like moths sniff my...
This one's mine!
Súper raro, ¿no?
Hear my call!
Stardust!
Look sharp!
Take this!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Spread! Sweet dreams! Glacial spear! Here's these! You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
What the hell is going on?
Fall back, Alvin. We'll take point here.
Hold on to your art. Here I
To
come!
impose on you like this. Now I can let loose.
Nothing gets by me.
Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
No escape!
On a roll! Radiant blood! Magic in the fray! Freeze Lancer!
You're mine! Win!
Make it right! Air thrust!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Law.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Ah, botella vital. ¿Cuánto tengo? A ver. Lo vale, lo vale. Agarro 2 de las 3. se tira una.
No choice.
Eat dirt. Illuminate the
Ignite!
dark. Touch more. Holy glitter. Hurricane strike.
Swallow blade.
Look sharp.
Infernal torrent.
Hurricane strike.
Spear.
Here's the Evo. Arctic waterfall. Freeze laser.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
It's over.
Hurricane strike.
Come on.
Never miss. This is it. Make it rain. Thunderblade.
The heavens must be smiling.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Try this.
Radiant
Infernal torrent.
right here. I got Where are you going? I'm gone. I never miss.
Simmering wind.
Now, hurricane strike.
In an instant. Impact block.
Purge malevolence.
Now the flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Free laser. I can handle it.
Destruction.
Make it rain.
Demons descend.
Flashing fang.
Now.
Look sharp.
Here I come.
Hit! There's more where that came from.
A ver. Hay un cofre ahí, mira.
I won't forgive you.
Burn.
Reload.
It's over.
Here, let me help.
I owe you one. Try this. Infernal torrent.
Going in.
Take this. It's over.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
That's far enough!
Swallow blade. Try this.
Radiant
Infernal torrent.
illuminate the dark.
Get behind me!
Here I
This
come.
one's mine.
Severing wind.
Make it rain. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Estoy pero on fire, loco, ¿eh?
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy
A
lifting.
ver. Guardia de zafiro. Esta debe ser de esta chica.
This looks nice and tough.
Antes de cruzar, le voy a pegar una grabada por las dudas. Ah, mirá el puente. ¿Te acordás el puente que no podíamos cruzar porque estaba levantado? ¿Qué estamos del otro lado?
We made it to Cislodia.
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you okay, Law?
Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be all right.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Stop! Who goes there?
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Forgetting someone?
Renwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, I've got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back, as soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Harros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan. A boat, huh? Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renans. For an imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well and good, but that structure's slap bang in the middle of the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
All I know is we have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it. Thanks to Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harros should be in good hands, at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. A knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harros would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legil, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in Menancia.
Mahag Sar will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here. Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
¿Y ahora dónde vamos? Ya, en Cisloden tengo una misión secundaria. Busco un barco. ¿Y qué querés que haga? ¿Lo cague el barco?
It's freezing.
It's always like this in Cislodia.
Menancia was most fortunate, I see.
Ya puedo viajar por cualquier lado, ¿no? Sé que tengo una duda. Había un loco al principio de todo y quería que Intentemos sugerir una vestimenta, ¿no?
We finally made it.
Este de acá. Ah, mirá. ¿Cambió?
Well,
El consejo de moda, claro.
oof, no.
Mm-hmm.
Bien.
I
Bueno,
thought I was used to fire by now.
a ver. ¿Dónde tengo que ir? El muelle oculto, mirá. Y ahí también creo que no. Hay misiones secundarias.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Pero voy a grabar. Oh, loco, este está vivo.
Well, if it ain't the blazing sword and his merry crew.
Mahavar? I can't believe you're still alive.
Course I am. If you landlubbers can make it out of that sinking ship alive, ain't no reason an old sea dog like me wouldn't too.
Yeah, but that wave hit hard. I'm glad to see you're okay. Sorry we put you in so much danger back there.
All water under the bridge at this point. You helped make one of my life's dreams come true. The ship, on the other hand, she took a bit of a beating, though, I'll admit.
Really? What happened to it? It looks fine to me on the outside.
She's fine now, but she was in rough shape when I made it back here. Engine chamber gave up the ghost. Without a lot of options, I decided to talk to the head honcho of the Dark Wings and see if he could help at all. And wouldn't you know it, Crazy Fool sent over Renin engineers to help. Can you believe it?
Renin?
Yep. Said they came from Menancia. They were real professionals. Did what they needed to and didn't give me guff or anything. I was damn near floored.
So they did the work themselves. Good on them.
Well, they did a bang-up job, 'cause she's better than ever now. Speaking of which, I take it she's why you're here?
Yes. We need to get out on the ocean, and fast. When can we set sail?
Give the man a minute to think it over, Alphen. He hasn't even said yes yet.
It's all right, little lady. I'm a man of the sea. I'll gladly help. Hop aboard, folks.
Bien. Vamos a dejarlo acá. Vamos a dejarlo acá. Y continuamos en el próximo capítulo. Voy a hacer un par de misiones secundarias como para juntar un poco más de plata. Voy a comprar pociones y esas cosas. No sé si subir un poco más de nivel. Estaría bueno. No estaría mal. Y nada, loco. Continuamos en el próximo capítulo. Si el video te gustó, dale like, compartir, suscribirte, hacer todo eso. Te mando un saludo y nos vemos. Chau, chau.